I'm looking forward to seeing what we'll do together.
Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great Sunday. Chilling out, hopefully. Thank you for stopping by. It means a lot to me. I was supposed to be at NakaCon in Kansas City this weekend, and unfortunately, I was not cleared by my doctor to travel. So I'm doing okay, so please don't worry too much. I'm not going to die or anything. But yeah, I can't travel at the moment, so. Anyway, for those of you who are new, my name is Kayli Mills. I am a voice actor. I'm a singer, an ADR writer. I like exercise and nutrition, fitness stuff. I like my cats. Yeah, that's a lot of it. I like going on long walks. I should like to go to the beach because it's not that far, but also it's LA not that far, which is too far, so we don't go. Anyway, you might know me as Rappy and Alice from Nikkei, Jekka from Class of '09, most recently the protagonist in Monster Hunter, Anna in My Hero Your Next the movie, Sisney Final Fantasy VII Remake. Also, there are two that are coming back for season 4s, and that would be A Welcome to Demon School as Clara and ReZero as Amelia. So hopefully I'll get to come back to those as well. But yeah, either way, looking forward to those. Yeah, thanks for coming. So I guess the best way to do it will just kind of be to look through questions and chat with you guys. This is really chill, really nonchalant. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask a question you think is a dumb question. Like, we all have to start somewhere. I don't care if it's how do I be a voice actor, even if my answer might end up sounding like it's repetitive. That's okay to ask. So don't be worried. I'm probably more nervous than you trying to answer than ask. So I'm not judging you, unless you're mean. I will not judge you. But yeah, thanks so much for coming in. Someone just asking, how's my day? That is technically the first question, I suppose. It's been good. I slept in a little bit, as much as my cats would let me. And then I went on a walk and got coffee like I do every Sunday morning. I love my little routine. On the topic of voice acting, have you ever done a scene in a single take? Yeah. There's been a few for sure. One notable one is the scene in March Comes In Like a Lion, where I play Hina. And there's a scene where she's at the bridge and she has a super long crying scene and breakdown, and I did that in one take. And that was kind of fresh off some bad news I heard about a friend who had passed away from my childhood. So it was a little bit open and woundy. Probably wasn't the best timing to go in and do that, but you know, I think it turned out well, and I don't regret that. Let's see, trying to scroll through here. What's my favorite chip? Oh, that's a good question. Um, I've been really I like pickle chips. I think that might be my favorite, like pickle chip lays. I love like salt and vinegar, pickle, that kind of stuff. Yeah. I also really like Doritos. I was more of a Cool Ranch person. It's kind of hard to choose between them now, though. Someone who said my first voiceover cartoon came out in Tanzania. Oh, congratulations! I feel like I've heard of that before, David. But that's awesome. What role do you feel you fit the best? Oh, that is a really tough one. The best, huh? Yeah, it's so hard to say because I feel like so many characters fit me the best maybe at the time that I recorded them or recorded certain arcs for them. This might not quite be like a straightforward answer, but for example, Amelia and ReZero, right? Like if I'm gonna try not to spoil too much, but she kind of doesn't have all of her memories in the beginning. She's a little unsure of herself, a little bit of a blank slate. And I feel like that was one of my first big anime roles, and I loved the series too. So I was also very green going through that, a little bit unconfident in myself. And I feel like that was something that, in a good way, like of me being so earnest and new and wanting to do a good job and being nervous, came out in Amelia's character,
what we'll do together.
and that I really fit her. Thank you for the sub. Let me see. I need to bring my things up so I can actually read who subbed me so I can shout them out. Sorry, I know I stopped halfway, but if I start trying to talk about this, I'm going to forget to do the other thing I need to do. Where did my alerts go? I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me just open this up in the other thing. So yeah, I feel like at the time that was like something that fit me really well because of it, and it came through. And it's a similar situation with Alice from Sword Art Online, I feel. Let's see, creator dashboard. Sorry, it's very important that I shout out people correctly. Oh, it was a gift sub from Nick. Thank you. And there was also Average Mr. Julian resubscribed for 11 months. Amazing. Thank you so much. And I apologize for not getting on that right away. Yeah, let's see. Let's go down. How did you come up with Amaryllis Astra, and does she have any lore? Okay, so Amaryllis Astra is the name of my VTuber. This is the Suica model, and I just customized it and painted some of the parts myself, but I do have like a custom-made model being made. It's just been in the works for a while. But anyway, yeah, Amaryllis was chosen because it is a flower that represents rebirth. Astra has to do with the stars, and it's Greek, and a lot of my family's from Greece, so I wanted to bring that into it a little bit. And the concept is like blue stars. And the thing about blue stars is that they are the hottest stars, but they also kind of burn out the hardest. Like they create black holes when they die, as well as creating new things. So it's all about like rebirth, but also like, burning yourself out. And yeah, so I wanted to incorporate that into it. And I've always loved that color because of that, because of blue stars. So if you've seen Interlunium, which was kind of like a virtual idol group that I was in that started quite a while ago, my character's color is also light blue, and she has a song called Electric Blue Supernova that I sang the English and Japanese versions of. So you should check that out. It's a really fun song. So let's see. Seeing as you did a cover, this is from Lucas Jordan. So seeing as you did a cover on the You and Idol Pretty Cure opening, what Precure season would you want to star in, and who would you want to voice? Oh, that's so hard because like my initial answer is just like, oh, I would like just want to be anyone. And honestly, I think my favorite Cure is Cure Dream, but I don't think that I'd actually be the best voice for her because I think she has like this wonderful kind of like deeper textured voice. So I think that that's what I would want for her if I was casting. But from one that stood out from a recent season would be Cure Butterfly. And I love her from the Hero Girls. Yeah. because she's like the first adult pretty cure. And I'm like, okay, I'm grown up, but I still want to be a magical girl, and I love her. I saw you got a kitten. Does it have a name? No name, no. His name is Cheese. He is an orange cat. We'll see if I can show him on camera later. But yeah, she's very cute. Yes, I can read the chat on YouTube. I can see them both. I think I'm technically not supposed to double stream, but whatever. I'm not making anything off this. I don't know. Let's see. I started playing Nikke a few months ago, and Rappy is still best girl, but actually the first time I heard you was in Persona 3 Reload. You did Fuka's friend, right? Yes. Yes, I did. Yeah. The biggest bitch in school.
I'm looking forward to seeing
so the new
what we'll
career
do together.
scenario. Oh, we got Shah Salim. I resubscribed. Thank you so much. We have yeah. So the new scenario for Uma Musume is released. Have you had a chance to play through it, and what are your thoughts on it? I have played through Trackblazer. I tried to play through it like without looking at anything first, just to kind of see like intuitively what I would do, and I think I kind of got it down. In the sense of when I looked at videos, there was not much that I changed about my playstyle, just like a little bit. Anyway, my thoughts on it are, it takes forever. I think some of it's just like a little frustration because I'm not completely used to it yet. So like, I don't always have the best runs. Like they're still better than they are. Like I still end up with better Umas than in the previous scenario, even like in my like kind of glued runs, but I don't know. I'm not quite there yet, right? Like I don't have any SS ranks or anything even. And I know you can reach UG if you know how to play the game. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right now it's like just the whole item thing gets really annoying, and I feel like I run out of energy so much, which just makes the game a little irritating sometimes. And I also think it's like too much clicking of like when you buy the stats and you have to click to use them. But yeah. The stream chat only goes so far, so I'm trying not to go too far past. Someone saying they're Julian. Oh, you're working on your next portfolio piece. Amazing. Yeah. Sorry, the stream chat is going above, and it, for some reason I can't view anything before that. I'm gonna have to look in the other chat window. This is very scuffed, but that's not new. I thought it was just because I was new at streaming before, but no, I'm just bad. It's fine. It's fine. I wish there's no streamer mode on this, so I can't go back. So if I skip you, I'm sorry. You might have to ask a question again. Any games I'm playing lately? Uma Musume is kind of the main one. I'm also doing a self Nuzlocke of Leaf Green right now. Have you met Xanthi Wen? Yes, many times. I love Xanthi. She's sweet and very talented. Ever had that one scene where you couldn't keep a straight face? Like you try to say the line, but you get a giggle fit or start laughing. Yeah, like every other line of Class of '09. Pretty much. You probably get a lot, but I loved your performances, Jekka from Class of '09. Thank you. What's my favorite donut? My favorite donut is still probably like a fresh buttermilk bar. Just like simple and so good. Or like anything from Sidecar. Let's see. Clarence. Oh, hi Kayli, lovely to see you. I played through Crisis Core Reunion pretty recently, and it was lovely to hear you as Cisne. How was that for you? Excited to see more of her in Rebirth on Switch 2. That was amazing because Final Fantasy VII was actually like a game that I bonded with my husband over. It was like the first thing he had me play through with him because it was like a big part of his childhood. So I mean, I never thought I would get the chance to be part of it. When they remade it, obviously it was like, oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. To actually have the chance to read for it and get to be in it is amazing. And when I first booked Cisne, I didn't know at all that she was going to be actually in Rebirth. I thought maybe, like, because they did the Crisis Core remake, I was like, well, maybe it'll be just to that. But yeah, I got to be in the remake too, so very cool. What's my favorite holiday? I gotta be boring and go with Christmas, I think. I just like really buy into the hypey, like Santa Claus joyful stuff. I love it so much. I enjoy it so much. I also like, I think Easter is underrated, but not like in the way that Easter is supposed to be. Just I really liked finding baskets. My parents were really good at hiding them. When I was a kid, we had like this awesome neighborhood egg hunt that was just in like the entire commons area, and stuff was like actually difficult to find, and I felt like I was going on a little forest adventure, so I like it for that. Plus chocolate. Yay. Pop Leo says, hey Kayli, are you excited for ReZero Season 4? I'm so excited. Also, Amelia's outfit is so cute, and Rem and Rom's too. What's your all-time favorite Halloween costume or favorites if you can't pick one? I have to go with the one that I have historically been the most hyped up about, and that was when I was Madeline, and that was for Halloween when I was 3 years old, I believe. And I still have a picture somewhere, I think it's at my dad's house, of me going on a pony ride in my Madeline costume, because I refused to take that thing off. It was probably so gross. Let's see. I plan on moving to LA when I'm 18. What's it like out there? Very expensive. I will say that if you're creative, though, like, it is an amazing space to be. Like, it's a lot easier to find your people out here if you're from kind of like the middle of nowhere, or you found like your current community doesn't have a lot of people with similar interests or goals and stuff like that. So I do honestly enjoy living out here for the most part, but it has become very ridiculously expensive, and like, you know, trying to buy a house one day, it feels like a pipe dream, even though I feel like I manage money well and I'm doing okay. But I'm not gonna try to deter you, because, you know, everywhere's tough. So it's like choose your hard, right? And I like it out here, so yes. Oh, Kevin said you can Twitch change the policy so you can double stream. Cool. I mean, yeah. Man, I wanted to break the law today. Trying to go down. Can you ask me something? Yep, that is the point of the stream. Jocelyn, question: are you good at drawing art, Kayli? I don't think so. I do draw a little bit though. My first Amelia drawing that I did, like, I actually did that myself. So yeah, I do some drawing. I also did a Kaede drawing for Rascal, but I haven't finished it. Like, I finished the actual Kaede, but I haven't done the background. I need to just finish that so I can bring it with me. So, I mean, in terms of the average person who doesn't try and doesn't draw, like, yeah, I can draw okay. But do I consider myself like a fantastic artist or even a real artist? Not really. But I did like draw a lot growing up. Like, I spent most of the classes that I was in drawing. So yeah, I'm all right at it. I could definitely stand to work on it more, to be honest. But it's something I really want to keep as a hobby. Did you ever play Dota? I have not. However, I did used to play a lot of League of Legends, but I had to stop because I raged too hard, and I decided that that was not healthy for me or for my desk. Angel Cass asks, my question is, how do you find people to cold email? I've been voice acting for 3 years and I want to expand my range. That's a good question, because you want to make sure that, like, you're getting the email from a website or some public place. You don't want to be in the situation where you send an email in and the person's like, how did you get my email and who are you? So any studios, like sending them to like general studios who usually have like an info email is usually a pretty safe way to go. Of course, if you do have friends that can vouch for you and be like, hey, I know this person in passing, like, that's helpful, but it's really difficult for actors to even like get other actors, I guess, in, if that's the word. Yeah, I mean, when I moved out here, I think I got mommy's email from like a friend or like a public site, someone who was like working with them already, and I emailed like her my demos, and then honestly, from there, like there were a couple that I emailed like the studio email for. Like friends would be like, "Oh, this studio's accepting submissions," but a lot of it too was like I'd work with a director at one studio, and that director works at other studios. So when they need to fill like a part, they'll be like, "Hey, I know this new actor that can get the job done," and then I would get auditions there or get brought in for smaller things, and then once they could see that I could do the job, I get bigger opportunities, and just kind of like snowballs from there. I think it still works pretty similarly in that regard. If anything, things just work so quickly now, and I think they even did like when I started, that the people casting, the reason you sometimes see like the same people is because they're like, oh, I know this person can get the job done like really quickly. And it is a little bit unfair. Like I wish we would sometimes take more time with production. But yeah, once you prove you can do the job, it becomes a lot easier. Let's see. Thank you for your rappy performance. You are very welcome. What's your favorite quote from Jekka? Oh, I don't know if it's appropriate for this stream. Oh, no, I'll pick one that's kind of is. It's when Nicole's in jail, and she's like, "You're white, Nicole. You didn't have to do anything." Yeah, I like that one. Considering Elsie is British and did an American accent, can you do a British accent? It depends. I can do like a really simple, like, oh, this is like kind of fantasy-esque British, but if you ask me to do like true RP British, debatable. I'm certainly not as good at doing any kind of British accent as Elsie is at an American accent, because she's just a perfection at that. Like, you cannot tell, which is amazing. But I suppose, is there any particular Uma you would love to voice for? Oh God. You know the answers, any of them. Like, I would not say no to any of them. Real partial to Oguri Cap. I love Tamamo Cross. I love Teo. Let's see. I don't know, that's so hard. Marzensky would be a little different than what I normally do, but I think that would be a fun one too. Robot, oh, I wanted to ask, can we pay you lots of money to do full song cover requests? Because I've been trying to find a way to pay you for something like this. I do have a Patreon, so you can subscribe to my Patreon, and there are certain tiers that allow you to request or produce full songs. And yeah, we can probably work something out beyond that, but just check that out. Not a question, just sending you well wishes. Hope you, Mochi, and the cats are doing well. Yes, I thought you meant Mochi as in my cat, because my husband goes by Legendary Mochi on here, but my cat's name, one of my cat's names is also Mochi, because I let him name him. Yeah, we have Mochi, Anko, and Cheese. They're all foods. Thank you for all the sweet things I'm seeing. Did you have any other jobs you wanted to do apart from a voice actor? I mean, at various parts in my life, yes. When I was really young, I'd say I was probably leaning more towards being like a veterinarian or a doctor, like something along those lines. As I got older, like I just fell in love with performing. My mom was a singer, so I always like really wanted to be a singer. And then when I was in middle school, I did some theater for the first time and really loved that. I had been doing song covers online at that point. I started when I was in like 6th or 7th grade. And I just like fell in love with doing all of that stuff, and also kind of like voice acting through there. So like I actually kind of fell in love with the music and anime before I decided I wanted to voice act at all. And I started doing it for fun online there, and it was, yeah, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. For a while, I did go to school for PR and advertising and Japanese studies, and I did study abroad in Japan for a bit, because I was like, oh, advertising's great, because if I do advertising, like, that's kind of, like, related to voiceover, but the answer is no, not really. Like, if I had gotten a job at advertising, it would not have really helped me with that career. I would just be doing something that I was, like, meh about. And then also, like, I really loved the sciences in school, so I did have some scholarships to go to school for, like, chemical engineering, so I was, like, briefly interested in that as well. But yeah, ultimately I was like, I want to put all of my effort towards my plan A. So I did go to college for a little while. I studied in Japan. I studied in Australia for a little bit. And then I dropped out before the end of my first year because I decided I just wanted to pursue my dream full time. And yeah, we can get to the rest of the story later if people ask questions. I don't want to go on too much of a tangent. But yes, those are some of the jobs. Oh, also, when I was starting to decide, I want to do voice acting full time, I did also say, well, I can like learn some engineering on the side. So I did learn some sound engineering. I did a little program through there. And yeah, that has been helpful. Is it intentional that the Pokemon character with donut buns for hair is voiced by you? I hope so. I'll never know. But, like, I'll be real, because Mommy is the main casting director at Bang Zoom. There have been several times where I go into that studio with a certain hair color, because I used to change my hair color a lot. And then I would, like...
I'm looking forward to seeing
I would
what
get
we'll
cast
do
as a
together.
character with that color. So, you know, maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe it's not. Who knows? I'll never be told. Thank you for the resub, Booga. Thank you. Or the sub. Yeah, not resub, sorry. This is the dumbest question ever, but I'm wondering, I think it said something about like, can I draw your model? And yes, absolutely. I'm sorry, it's like, these are disappearing, so might have to have people resubmit questions, but yes. Do you prefer drawing analog or digital? I prefer digital now, but it took a lot of getting used to with like how off things felt. But I definitely draw more digital now. Did you draw any Star Wars ships like X-Wings and TIE Fighters at some points growing up? I did not, but that is a cool thing to draw. I mostly drew people and horses. Horses were like the only thing I drew for a while. I learned how to draw horses before people, for sure. Someone just said, I just finished cleaning my room and my bathroom. That's amazing. I know how much work that takes. Let's see. Did I watch the new He-Man movie trailer from last month? I actually haven't seen it. I'll have to check it out. You've been playing through Monster Hunter 3. Amazing. Thank you so much. It's very sweet, robot. Thank you. What is my favorite game? I mean, like, it's either Pokemon or, like, The Sims. And I guess it's not a specific Pokemon game. The one with the most nostalgic value for me, like, even though Red was my first one, is probably Sapphire, because it was the first one I played with, like, other people. Like, there are a couple of kids in my class that would actually trade with me and hang out with me. So, yeah, that or The Sims. I'm a casual. That's very true. Hi, Angelique. You do voice acting online, so just send my stuff to rosters? Yeah, if there's rosters, especially like if you're on like X or Blue Sky or wherever that open submissions, like absolutely a lot of places still do remote work. It's less than it was during the pandemic, unfortunately, which I do not like, but there are still a lot of places that will work with people remotely, and a lot of indie projects especially will do remote work. Some of them are all remote. Smash Legend. How difficult was it to make your VTuber model? I didn't really make it. This is made by Suica, so I paid for that model, and there are a lot of customizable pieces on it, and then I just painted the textures on a couple of things. Like the star texture that's like kind of glowy, and the hair. I just hand painted those in the eyes. But everything else, the shapes of everything, those were part of the thing. The earrings too, I did draw those. That's actually how you got, I know this is like something you're responding to from way earlier. Someone in casting heard you online and reached out on Discord to see if you could record a role that they thought you'd fit. Yep, that is a lot of the time how it works. So like, you know, once you get the ball rolling, it becomes easier to keep doing more and more. But it can be like such a struggle, and it's gonna feel like a grind, and you're gonna feel like you're not getting anywhere, but like that's just part of it. sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you're like somebody who just gets picked up right away by a project and it like just keeps going through. Sometimes it takes years, and like that could be even between two people who are of the same skill level and talent. So don't think anything of it like if it doesn't happen right away. If you auditioned for a role in a Soul Calibur game, which character would you audition for? I, unfortunately, am not super familiar with the characters, so who knows? But I would audition for anyone that they asked me to, and then I would learn more about it. What are some of your favorite movies and animated shows? Only Avatar: The Last Airbender. No, but I do love Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's probably one of my favorite animations of all time. You as Tokai Teo and Kira as Metroid McQueen would be a solid groundwork for a season. Oh, groundwork! I see what you did there. For season 2 of Uma Musume, I would certainly not say no to that. What's your favorite Amelia line? That's a hard one too. I don't know if it's like a specific line because it's more like her total actions, but I still am a really big fan of the lap scene from season 1, where she's like, it's clear to see you're upset about something. It's been tough, hasn't it? Like, it's just, oh, she's so sweet because she has no idea that she's still just like believing in him. It's so sweet. How much fun was it voicing Amelia again in Isekai Quartet Season 3? It was great. I also got to voice Union, which was very fun. Union is always a good time. What are some of your favorite recent roles that you enjoyed voicing in? I mean, I still get to voice as Rappy and Alice, which is amazing. Alice kind of recently got a new skin, so that's very cool. Getting to do Monster Hunter Stories was like a big deal because that was just so much like recording at once for the protagonist character and getting to go on like that entire journey from beginning to end. That was pretty amazing. Kaede was an interesting one because I was like a fan of the Rascal series when it first came out, and I never expected that it was going to get a dub in like 2024. So that was really cool too. And we started on the movie that my character was like the main focus of, so that was amazing. I loved going to that premiere. Apparently Aniplex still has those cutouts. I talked to somebody from there the other day. I'm like, I want them. If you ever get rid of them, give them to me. Aaliyah, you've been my role model for a long time, and it's thanks to you I became a voice actor. Aw, that's so sweet. What does anime English voice acting mean to you? It means I have a job, which is very cool. No, but I'm not quite sure how to answer that one. But yeah, I'm really glad that we do dub things. I think dubs are important for like many reasons, so yeah, thanks for letting us dub stuff. Have you watched Codename Kids Next Door? And if so, who is your favorite character? Number 3. Number 3 or number 5? Your voice is lovely. Thank you. Got a Roland and Uma fandom. Congrats, that's fun. Hello, hello. Thank you for more sweet things. If Nikkei did a collab with another franchise, what would you want it to be? Whether it's a project you've voiced in or haven't. Huh. I mean, Konosuba would be hilarious because I can just imagine like the expressions they would give the characters like when they were like hit and stuff. I think that would be so funny. And Aqua's ass is already out, so you know, I think that would work. Good night, David. People and horses had stocks in Uma before they knew it. Oh yeah, I was a horse girl growing up. Absolutely. All I wanted to do was grow up and own horses. Bless my parents for like paying for my riding lessons and letting me do competitive show jumping for a bit, despite the fact that we did not have a lot of money, which is why I did not continue or ever own a horse. But, you know, I still really enjoyed that time of my life, and I knew everything about horses at that time. So, yes, I was a horse girl before it was cool. Okay. Have you ever seen a movie called Hoppers? I have not seen it yet. What are your top 5 anime that haven't been dubbed but you'd love to hear an English dub? Oh, that's like, God, I gotta think about it. 5 of them? Bocchi the Rock's definitely like up there near the top. There are also a couple Aniplex like rom-coms, like Bokuben. I'd love to see that get a dub. I think that would be really fun. Takopi got a dub, which is really cool. I didn't know that that was gonna get a dub, and I'm really happy that it did. Pretty much any idol anime, but also with the music. So like, I'd love to see some Aikatsu get dubbed, some Prepara get dubbed, but with the music. I really want to do the music too. I'd love to like direct and write and cast like an English dub of an idol anime that does the music. Because it can be done, I promise. I've proven it. It has been proven. Please believe in us. Out of all the songs you've covered, which one did you enjoy the most doing and why? I enjoy them all, so it's so hard to say. The opening to Kakegurui is like super, super fun though. Like that song is all over the place and funky, so I'll go with that one for now. Let's see. Just going through. What was the first song you performed at a con? I've seen you in some videos on YouTube. I believe that the first time I like was on stage at a con, I sang Watashi Makenai, which is from the Pokemon series. It's May's song. And it's really cute. And I sang that for the preliminary at like the AX karaoke competition in 2009 or 10. Yeah, I think that was the first one. That, or, because I can't remember if it was that or Youmacon first. So Youmacon, the first one I sang, I think was World Is Mine by Miku. And that actually might be my favorite song to sing. Do you have a favorite Total Drama character? Yeah, Izzy. She crazy, I love her. If there was a crossover featuring 2 of your characters, who do you think would be the most fun pair and the most fun for you to hold a conversation with yourself as? I mean, I do have that. Amelia and Yunyun have technically existed in the same space. But let's see. Who would be really fun together? Clara from Welcome to Demon School. And let's see. I'm deciding if I want to pick someone who's like total opposite and would like not know how to deal with that. Like Alice from SAO would not know how to deal with that. But I also think like Runa, despite having kind of like a similar-ish voice, is a completely different kind of character, and it would just be a very interesting thing to watch. Oh, you were asking if everyone asking if I could draw your models and asking about how it should be fun to draw. No, it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be good for one. And I would be like so happy to see anyone attempt to draw, even if it's a stick figure and there's like a pink and purple strand of hair. I'd be like, heck yeah, thank you. Hi, Kayli, what type of role of character do you like to perform? Oh, I love the fact that I get to do a variety. Like, I think that's a big part of the appeal of getting to voice act for me. But really, like, I love any character that has layers to them and a lot of nuance. So it's really fun to me, like, when a character kind of seems like surface level when you first see them, but then like you get to like their backstory and they have like all of this trauma, because, you know, that's how life is. So yeah, I like to show different layers of characters, like to make people feel for characters. With Jekka, how much would you say you have in common, and what would you say you differ? I mean, I think we both were in high school in a similar time. Jekka technically would be slightly older than me, but I was like definitely not the popular girl. So I think that you'll probably find that among a lot of people who do voice acting and like a lot of creative stuff, because that stuff was not cool when I was in school, and I was like somewhat open about the fact that I liked it. So I'd be like, oh, it's the weird girl who likes the Japanese stuff and the singing, and also like middle school kids were weird, and anytime you were passionate about anything because they didn't know what they wanted yet, which is normal, but they would be like super mean about it. So yeah, I also moved around a lot. Like I think I went to 12 or 13 schools between like kindergarten and graduating high school, so I didn't really stick around anywhere long enough anyway. And my last school was like a very small little college prep school. There weren't very many kids, so there wasn't really like a hierarchy anyone cared about, which was awesome. But yeah, I was never like Miss Popular. I tried to play it a couple times, like because I'd move schools so often, I could just like pretend to be a different person. But even then, I was like, oh, this is just kind of boring. Yeah. Ba-da-ba. The voice of Toph is also Red Shoes from Nikkei. Oh yeah, that's right. She is. She's great. One of my favorite roles is Dao Chen from Dynasty Warriors. Oh yeah, yeah, I love that one. It was really cool to take up such an iconic role. AI dub sounds so bad. Yes, that is an objective fact. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. A Nikkei Street Fighter collab. That'd be pretty cool. Not a question, but it was nice hearing you as Gray again in Fate Strange Fake. Hopefully it won't be the last time. Yeah, I had no idea that she came in for a cameo. I was like very surprised when I got the email. I was like, oh, casting for Fate Strange Fake. Like maybe they're gonna have me come in and do additional voices. And I was like, oh, Grace, just here to say some things for a second. Okay, cool. I got an honest question. Have you met actors from the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World movie, like Michael Cera or Mary Elizabeth Winstead, by any chance, or you haven't heard of them? Oh, I know of them, but I have not met them. They do not know who I am. I do love Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, though. But I will say that they started working on that animated series, like, right when I had that exact pink to light blue hair. And I think someone got some ideas from me. Just saying. When a voice actor gets a role, how do they go to audition? Do the studios call them, or do they need to search for auditions? So a lot of my auditions now come through my agent, which indirectly come through the studio, but basically from the studio. So the studios will usually have a list of people that they would like to send their auditions to. Sometimes they will only even have people read for specific roles. So like sometimes I'm requested to read for only a couple roles from something. Like I'm not really given the option to read for other ones. So that's kind of the most common. Sometimes studios will send out every audition to everyone, so you kind of are in charge of deciding which ones are the right fit for you and which ones you should pass on.
What we'll do together.
Because that's the thing, right? Like you might get auditions for anything. Like I even get like male auditions, and it's like, oh, a male mid-20s. Well, I'm not gonna book that. So like, but if I were to like, audition for everything, like that doesn't suit me. Like it's not gonna look great on me. They'll be like, oh, this person like has no idea like about themselves. And that's not to say you should never audition for things outside your comfort zone, and because also you like don't quite know like what the casting director is looking for. Like maybe they say, oh, we want like this mature big sisterly type, but maybe they actually want something like fun and playful and more higher pitched than you're expecting. Like not everything's like a deep mommy voice, right? So there's like room to play within there, but like still know your limits, know what like you specialize in, and yeah. And yeah, you usually get auditions like in your email, and then you'll send them back. Occasionally they'll have like callbacks in studio, but it doesn't happen that often anymore. There used to be some auditions I did in person, but that really doesn't happen anymore either. Let's see. Thank you for the gift sub, Shasalim, and Rocket Ronnie. Thank you for the sub. Thanks. Going through. Can you still ride horses decently? Yeah. I mean, I haven't ridden like English style, and I haven't jumped since I think 18 was the last time that I was like thinking about doing it competitively. But I've like ridden here and there just like for fun trail rides, and I'll be like, oh, how does it feel? And then I'll be like, oh yeah, I still like know exactly how everything feels. It's like riding a bike. Like I'm like, I can just still canter and not have a problem and feel in control. So yes, I think I can. Do I have the exact same musculature just like there are such specific like inner thigh muscles that you use in horseback riding, because most of staying on is like how you control your legs. So I probably would have to rebuild that if I wanted to really be competitive or do jumping again. And it's so sore when you get back to it. But yeah, I think I could do it. I've been thinking about maybe getting back into it if money and time allow. Your aikatsus are so good and especially Precious. Thank you so much. That cover, so Precious, I think I recorded that in like 2015 or so. And I was interning at a studio at the time, and they let me use their U87 to record that. So that's why it sounds better than the other things I recorded around that time. Thank you for talking about covers. Would you think of doing covers of the main story Uma Musume songs? Yeah, maybe. My problem is I'm like, oh, I'll just sing the song. And then I'm like, what if I sang it in like 8 character voices? And then I do it and I'm like, that took my entire week up and I can't do that all the time. But also I want to make things hard on myself. What's your favorite dessert that's not a donut? Probably cheesecake, followed by tiramisu. And very much including tiramisu cheesecake. Yeah, big Cheesecake Factory fan. There needs to be a Class of '09 grown-up game like Nicole and Jekka in 2026. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but I'd be up for it. You'll try drawing Amaryllis, yay! Which Marvel character do you think Rappy from Nikkei has in common with? Whew. Black Widow, probably. You've moved 17 times in total, and most of them were in childhood. Yeah, yep, I get it. I do get it. Shah Salim, do you love flan? Yeah, flan's good. I fuck with flan. Just wanted to stop by and say I'm loving your performance so far in Stories 3. Thank you. When you voiced Rappy, how was the transition from the emotionless stoic Rappy in the early chapters to the more emotional Rappy in the later chapters? It was awesome to do, and it wasn't as hard as you might expect. Because yeah, Rappy is like a little bit emotionless, but like it's not completely there. Like there's still this like curiosity and care underneath. Like pretty much right after she met the commander, like there was that connection. So she's like, oh, why do I care about this person? And kind of what she does going forward is in caring for that person. And so she does feel things, but she doesn't learn how to express them for quite a while. So when we see the more emotional Rappy, and after Rappy Red Hood especially, like those emotions are just coming to the surface more, and she's being more honest with herself. And thankfully, I think that was like a really awesome thing about voicing a character for such a long time, is that it just kind of like came naturally at that point. Like it wasn't something I had to dig up suddenly. Like it was there, like marinating. What's your favorite Fire Emblem characters you enjoy? Oh, you're gonna hate me for this. I have not actually like played any of the Fire Emblem games myself. So that's a tough one. But I mean, Marita's cool, but I only know her because I voiced her. And Tsubasa, of course. Oh, I really wish that like they would do a dub of that game. Mirage Sessions. I'm sorry, people have lost answers to questions because of ads. I need to be better about seeing when ads are happening. Since I'm not caught up to the chat, I can't see when there's ads. But I'll try and remember to post this VOD, so if you want to scroll through later. In the future, would you be open to reprising the voice of Cisne? Oh, absolutely. 100%. Sorry for assuming you were an impersonator on Reddit. That's right, that happened. It's okay. I appreciate you being skeptical of people saying that they're me. You're one of my favorite voice actresses. Thank you. Did you hear about the Pre-Para Aikatsu movie that came out? I did. I didn't expect that crossover this many years later, but I was all for it. I've been listening to like all the crossover songs. It's great. Does it take discipline to have self-control in horse riding and not go crazy and just start imitating the stuff you see in movies? I don't know. Like, I started horseback riding when I was about 6 years old, so I don't think that was quite like my baseline for it. But I mean, it does take a lot of control. But the thing is, like, you're working with an animal who is several times your size and weight. So, like, you have to be cautious, you have to be calm, you have to know what to do, you have to, like, learn things slowly. And, like, even then, like, you're gonna fall off, so you have to learn how to fall off properly and all of that stuff, too. I will say that, like, if I do trail rides and stuff, because I'm an experienced rider, like, it's a little bit difficult when they want you to just like walk for most of it, because I'm like, no, I wanna go crazy. So sometimes I'll cheat and I'll hold my horse back and then let them canter. Do you know the 30K meme song? I don't, and should I ask? Hey Angel, I work remotely a lot, so you never know if that could happen. We could work together one day, you don't know. If you went to school with the class of '09, would you interact with any of the characters? Probably not. I think Jeffrey would probably try to interact with me. Because I was a girl and he found out I liked anime. Like, that would probably happen. And I would probably hate it. Ari seems pretty approachable. I don't think I would have approached Jekka and Nicole. Like, I don't think I would. And I don't think they'd give a shit about me either, so. I know this isn't a question, but you're one of the nicest voice actors I've ever had the chance to speak to. Aw, thank you. Are you familiar with the author Morgan House? I am not. What kind of stuff do they write? Is there any character type or voice range you haven't played much that you would really like to voice more? Yeah, I definitely would like to do more like femme fatale characters. I've done it a little bit, and I know I can do it, and I enjoy doing it. So yeah, I wanna get more chances at those characters. And everyone who's saying that they're hopping off, thanks for hanging out. We're almost at an hour already. So yeah, I'll probably just keep going for a little bit. Is it true that you're in Detective Pikachu Returns? Yeah, I'm like 12 Pokemon in that game, but I don't remember exactly which ones. I know Meowth is one. I know I'm Meowth. But I don't remember my full list. You and the Mirage cast sound amazing in Heroes. Thank you. I think we would all probably love to come back to voice in Mirage. Do you like SpongeBob, and if so, what's your favorite episode? I always remember the chocolate episode. Good morning to you too. Do you play the games you voice in? I have in the past played some of the games that I voice in, but not all of them. But if I don't play them, I always watch people play them, because I'm like, oh, I might not have the time, but I love to see like how the story all comes together, how like my castmates sound, and just I like watching people enjoy them. So I've played like a very tiny amount of Nikke, but like I'm not at all caught up there, but I do watch like all of the story. I used to play a lot of Genshin. Like this was like pre-2024 probably. And I just like got so behind that I stopped. And then obviously now I'm just like not really interested. But yeah, I do sometimes play the games that I'm in. I'm thinking of doing Monster Hunter Story 3 because that sounds pretty cool to be able to play with my own voice. Like that was definitely a dream as a kid. What are your top 5 favorite anime? I would have to sit here for hours to come up with like what my true list will be, but like some of my faves, like ReZero's been my favorite, one of my favorites since before I ever like voiced in it or knew that I would get to audition. Say ReZero, Naruto's still up there because it was one that really got me into it, and I still think it's just like a fantastic story. Aikatsu, love the music, like all Aikatsu stars, both. Let's see. Oh, I really loved Peach Girl, even though it's like definitely like, oh, this is like trash romance, but I like my trash romance. I love my trash shoujo. Have you watched Arcane? Yes, it is amazing. I've been practicing voice acting by voicing the lines from the free-run manga, and I think I really like voicing villains now. That's awesome. Yeah, reading manga out loud is an amazing way to practice. I still do it. It's really fun, and it continues to be fun. So, yeah, keep doing that. Because that's how you figure out. See, like, you found out you like voicing villains. You have to just try and, like, see how things feel. I'm really glad that you discovered that. Morgan Housel is a financial author. Oh, okay. Would you like to voice as a Pokemon? I would like to voice as a Pokemon again, for sure. I hope so too, Angel. What's your thoughts on Arknights Enfield? I have not played Enfield. I'm in like the OG Arknights. It seems like a really cool game. Do you have good luck on games like Wishing? Not sometimes. I'd say I have pretty average luck in that, but not like, oh, it's always average. More like, oh, sometimes I have like a really good luck, and most of the time I have a really shit luck. Like, I'm talking playing Uma, doing 10-10 pulls and getting, like, nothing of value. I am indeed excited for ReZero Season 4. Do you play Marvel Rivals? I do not. Ah, the Krusty Krab pizza episode. Yes. Monster Hunter's on your wish list. I hope you get it, Amelia. Really random, but any thoughts on AMVs? Oh yeah, I loved AMVs. I always wanted to be an AMV maker when I was like real young. And I was a part of making one once. I made part of one and I was like, that was a lot of work. I don't want to do that anymore. But yeah, those kind of like became a lost art. But maybe they're coming back now. Now people have such insane skills. Before, like if you knew how to like cut any clips and like render any clips, like you were a god. Now so many people know how to like animate stuff like crazy. Not me. Have I been reading the ReZero web novel? I have not. I am trying not to get too ahead of myself. Like there's some things that have been spoiled for me, but I kind of want to like enjoy the journey as we go. Which has been really tough because it's been so many years because the space between season 1, 2, and 3 has been insane. Thankfully, season 4 is coming only a year later since season 3 started, which is fantastic. Or since the season 3 ended even. Yeah, since season 3 ended. But still, that is much faster. That is amazing for ReZero. I say, oh, Alice, what do you think she would say to Alice from Nikkei if they met? I think she would not know what to do with Alice from Nikkei. I think she'd just kind of like smile and nod. She'd be like, I'm gonna take you all to Wonderland! And then other Alice would be like, I do not believe such a place exists. And then maybe they'd fight or something, I don't know. Who's your favorite Arcane character? I love Jinx. I've always loved Jinx. What would you do if you were 7 feet tall? Probably have died already because I would have hit my head on something or tripped and fell too far because I can barely handle my 5'5" self without feeling like a clod. I don't know, maybe I'd like take up basketball again. Because, you know, everyone who's tall is good at sports, right? Speaking about Umas, who's your favorite? Yeah, probably Oguri or Tamamo. We're getting near the end. If Princess Connect ever came back with an English dub, would you return for Sheffy? Oh, absolutely. I was like really hoping when I got that role in Grand Blue that there would be some more Princess Connect stuff we could do. Yeah, it's already been over an hour, so I'm gonna take a few more questions for the next few minutes and then start wrapping up. What show you voice in that hasn't had a second season needs to have one? I think March technically had a second season, but I would love for it to continue on because I know the manga goes on longer and that story is so amazing and heartfelt, and it was also one of my first anime leads, so it means a lot. Like Miyu in Occultic 9, and then Hina in March Comes in Like a Lion, and Amelia from ReZero. It was like my first 3 named anime roles, and they're all super, super important to me. Which, by the way, most of you probably haven't heard of Occultic 9, and maybe not even March Comes in Like a Lion, but they're fantastic, so I like highly recommend watching them. And Konosuba Season 4 has been confirmed. Yeah, I think it has. I think it has, but I don't know when it's coming out. I know Welcome to Demon School is also coming out soon. I think they actually announced a date. It's like next month, I think. I'm not sure why, but I admire voice actors who can voice spicy characters, but also innocent ones as well. Having range like that is cool. Thank you. I'm really lucky that I get to voice such a wide range of characters. Thoughts on Leon Scott Kennedy? He's fine. He's been through a lot. My guy deserves a break. What do you think about the anime No Game No Life? Would you ever think it will come back? I was super into it when it first came out. And I think like the art style of it's really unique and everything. I definitely could come back. Like it's not unheard of. Like I've seen a lot of things come back after all this time. Honestly, I'm just like really surprised that they didn't continue it like in the beginning because I felt like it was really well received at the time, but What's your favorite Love Live song? Oh, maybe Natsuhiro Egao de 1-2 Jump. That one's good. Favorite artist, like drawing? Akuo is one of my favorite artists. He's done a lot of prints for me, but he does like a lot of magical girl idol stuff. But like I loved his style so much, and I found him through doing like Mermaid Melody and Pretty Gear. And his art style is so unique and fun. I do have games on my phone, but you can't play them because I spent too much money on them. Had a show you wanted to like but couldn't get into. Huh. I have to think about that for a minute. There's been a couple, and then some of them are like, I don't wanna like say anything I should not about shows that I was not a big fan of. If you had to associate Rappy and Alice with specific donuts, what would they be? Let's see. Rappy is simple, but she hides her feelings. I'd say she's a jelly-filled donut. And Alice is just a rainbow sprinkle donut with chocolate filling. And whipped cream on top. My favorite movie genres? Oh, I like romantic comedies, I like mysteries, and I like thrillers, particularly horror thrillers. Is Nikkei one of the games you spend a lot of money on? I don't really spend money on Nikkei. I don't play it too often. I mostly watch other people play it. Uma Musume is the only game I spend too much money on. My favorite anime genre? I love a good romance anime. I love a good shonen with good writing. Yeah. Alright, I guess we will wrap up there then. Thank you so much, everyone, for having such fun questions. I got to yap for like over an hour straight, so that's really cool. I didn't know how many people would show up or if anyone would want to hear me yap, but I'm really glad that we spent time together, and I hope everyone else has a wonderful rest of their weekend and a great next week, and I will see you guys all soon. I'll always post on X or Blue Sky or Instagram when I'm going to stream more, and I definitely do plan to do more in the future, especially when I get my VTuber model. So yeah, always feel free to give me any kind of like recommendations for games or things you'd like to play or talk about. But yeah, anyway, I just really appreciate your time. So take care, everyone. Goodbye.